My research project was evaluating the effectiveness of human trafficking training as required by Assembly Bill 2034. This Assembly Bill requires all public agencies that operate a passenger rail or light rail station to provide at the very least 20 minutes of human trafficking training. This human trafficking training is required to be provided to all new and existing frontline workers who may either encounter a victim or receive a report about suspected human trafficking. To determine if the training is effective, frontline workers would need to have a baseline knowledge of the requirements set forth by this Assembly Bill. Assembly Bill 2034 has three main deliverables for frontline workers. After completing the training, number one, is a frontline worker able to define and differentiate between the different forms of human trafficking? Number two, is a frontline worker aware of the physical and mental signs that may indicate human trafficking is occurring? And number three, does the frontline worker know the correct procedure to report human trafficking training? The primary method of research used for this evaluation was interviews. 5 interviews were conducted with 3 different types of frontline workers, including station agents, train operators, and supervisors. There were 2 transportation agencies that were the subject of these interviews, and these include BART and BTA. Agencies are spending a lot of money, time, and resources on training staff. Thus, it's useful to see how effective the training is. It is in the best interest of the agencies not to waste the time of its employees and staff if the training is not worthwhile. This is the significance of this research project. After conducting the interviews, it was revealed that some frontline workers do not receive any human trafficking training throughout their transit career at all. However, it was also revealed that current human trafficking training that is provided to frontline workers is extremely effective and has yielded proven results. After concluding the interviews, there are 3 recommendations that I would impose in order to improve current human trafficking training. The first one is that human trafficking training needs to incorporate a theoretical exam where after the training is over, frontline workers, especially train operators, are exposed to a real life situation where they have to essentially identify human trafficking victims, and there is a mock-up exam prior to them getting a certification of completion. Number 2 is that human trafficking training needs to be offered more frequently. And number 3 is that human trafficking training needs to incorporate subject matter experts who coordinate real life in-person classroom training sessions. Thank you everyone for attending my presentation.